The International Criminal Court's prosecutor has requested arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, his defense chief, and three Hamas leaders over alleged war crimes.
국제형사재판소 ICC 검찰이 이스라엘의 베냐민 네타냐후 총리와 국방장관 그리고 무장정파 하마스 지도자 3명에 대해 전쟁 범죄 혐의로 체포영장을 청구했습니다. Tell us more.
Right, so ICC prosecutor Karim Khan said in a statement issued after more than 7 months of war in Gaza that he had reasonable grounds to believe these 5 men bear criminal responsibility for alleged war crimes and crimes against humanity. So he said that he applied for an arrest warrant for Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant as well as for Netanyahu. They have overseen Israel's offensive against Hamas in Gaza since the Palestinian militant group's deadly October 7th raid on Israel. And Khan has also applied for arrest warrants for Hamas chief Yahya Sinwar, Mohammed al-Masri, the commander-in-chief of the military wing of Hamas, who is widely known as Deif, and Ismail Haniyeh, the head of Hamas's political bureau. A panel of pretrial judges will determine whether the evidence supports the arrest warrants, but the court has no means to enforce such warrants, and its investigation into Gaza war has been opposed by the U.S. and Israel. On the other hand, Israel and Palestinian leaders, they've dismissed allegations of war crimes, and representatives for both sides have criticized Khan's decision. Meanwhile, U.S. President Joe Biden called the legal step outrageous, while Secretary of State Antony Blinken said it could jeopardize negotiations on a hostage deal and ceasefire.
Oh, very interesting. So it looks like a lot of the parties you mentioned there, Israel, the Palestinians, the US president, and so on, they are not on the same page as the ICC prosecutor, Khan. That this attack going back and forth between the Palestinians and Israel along the Gaza Strip, it's been going on for 8 months now already?
It's been going on for quite a long time. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's have a look at this expression here. The prosecutor has requested arrest warrants.
Right. So when you request something, you are asking for something either politely or in a formal way.
청구하다라는 뜻으로 여기서는 쓰였습니다. Request an arrest warrant. 그러면 체포영장을 청구하는 건데요. 우리가 일반적으로 request라고 하면 요청하다라는 뜻이 되죠. 그래서 ask for something이랑 의미가 똑같지만 훨씬 정중합니다. 자, 그다음에 alleged war crimes. I think you can say alleged or alleged.
Yes, both work fine.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about an incident or a person, we're saying that it's said without proof, or to have taken place, or to have a specified illegal or undesirable quality. So you're accused but not proven or convicted.
Exactly. And this is a very important word to use, especially in the news when we talk about any sort of crime. Until they are convicted, you have to make sure that you say this is an alleged crime.
Yes.
혐의라는 뜻이 있죠. Allegation.
Yeah.
그래서 alleged 하고 나서 그 범죄를 얘기하면 무슨 범죄 혐의라는 뜻이 되는데요. 이게 정확하게 밝혀지기 전까지는 혐의니까. 그래서 alleged, or they are alleged to have done, this is the allegation, 이런 식으로 뉴스에서 많이 얘기를 합니다. 만약에 이제 그 정확하게 이 범죄를 저지른 것이 팩트로 드러났을 때는 그때는 convicted 라고 얘기를 할 텐데 여기선 그렇지 않습니다. 자, 추정된다, 혐의라는 뜻을 기억하시면 되겠고요. 다시 한번 읽어보겠습니다. The International Criminal Court's prosecutor has requested arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, his defense chief, and 3 Hamas leaders over alleged war crimes. Let's move on to the next headline.
Actress Scarlett Johansson's legal team has demanded that OpenAI disclose how it developed an AI personal assistant voice that the actress says sounds uncannily similar to her own.
배우 스칼렛 요한슨이 자신의 목소리와 이상하리만치 닮은 오픈 AI의 AI 챗봇 목소리에 대해 개발 과정을 공개하라고 자신의 법률팀을 통해 오픈 AI에 요구했습니다. Okay, so imagine the surprise or the shock when you hear some sort of AI chatbot and it sounds just like you, right?
Yeah. So it seems like it was more of a shock to her because the OpenAI CEO had said that he really liked this movie that she was in. She starred in Spike Jonze's film
Right.
back in 2013 called Her, and he had openly said that that was his favorite film.
Interesting.
And that film, I think the film has to do something with, I think there's a robot voice in there.
Yeah.
So he's mentioned this before. So I think Scarlett Johansson said in a statement that was shared on CNN that she was shocked, angered, and in disbelief. So this comes after OpenAI said that it is hitting the pause button on the update after comparisons with the fictional voice assistant that was portrayed on this film, Her, by Johansson. And this retreat by OpenAI, if it follows a backlash to the artificial voice. It's known as Sky, and critics have described as being very familiar with users and sounds as if it emerged from a male developer's fantasy, and it's been mocked for its very flirtatious tone.
Yeah, because she does have a very distinct,
She has a very
almost
sort of
sultry,
yes.
sexy
Yeah,
voice.
she does, right?
It's not just a voice you would hear anywhere.
Right.
It is quite distinctive.
Right, and it didn't come out of nowhere because, like I mentioned, Johansson has said that OpenAI CEO Sam Altman had offered to hire her last September to voice the ChatGPT 4.0 system, and she said that she had declined for personal reasons.
자, 오픈AI의 CEO인 샘 알트만이 평소에도 스칼렛 요한슨이 주연으로 출연했던 영화를 굉장히 좋아한다 이런 말을 또 했을 뿐만 아니라 실제로 작년에 그 챗GPT-4의 목소리 더빙을 하겠느냐 이런 제안을 했었대요. 근데 스칼렛 요한슨이 개인적인 이유로 하지 못했는데 근데 이제 결과물을 보니까 자기 목소리랑 너무나 비슷한 목소리의 챗봇이 나왔다는 겁니다. 이번에 그 실제로 보이스가 들어간 챗GPT 업데이트 버전이 있다고 해서 전 아직 어떻게 사용하는지 몰라가지고
We are behind.
그래서 사용해보지
We are behind the
못했는데
times.
스칼렛 요한슨의 목소리가 굉장히 독특해요. 굉장히 좀 섹시한 목소리이기도 하고 그거를 이제 딱 듣자마자 아마 뭐 다른 사람들도 그렇게 느꼈겠지만 본인도 이거 난데?
Yeah,
이렇게 생각했을 것 같아요.
Right.
자, 표현 보겠습니다.
Well, I do have to mention they
Sure,
did
yes.
come out and say that it is not her voice. They
Oh,
did
right,
hire
right.
someone else to record the
okay.
voicing. Yes.
아, 그래요. 챗GPT를 만든 오픈 AI 측에서는 이 목소리 녹음을 다른 사람이 한 것이 맞다. 스칼렛 요한슨의 목소리를 우리가 뭐 도용을 했다든지 그런 것이 아니다.
Yeah.
이렇게 밝히기는 했답니다. 자, 그래도 그럼에도 불구하고 스칼렛 요한슨 법률팀에서는
It sounds
준비한
too
과정,
similar. Yeah.
개발 과정 다 공개해라.
Yeah.
거기 혹시라도
Yeah.
뭐 스칼렛 요한슨의 목소리가 들어가 있는지
Because you can
확인하려는
do
것
all
같아요.
sorts of things
Yeah.
with, this technology that we have these days, right?
Sure. And
Yep.
they're saying, disclose how you made this.
Right. So when you're disclosing something, you're revealing or making some sort of secret or new information known.
Yeah. disclose, 공개하다입니다. 그래서 reveal이랑 비슷해요. 그렇지만 이제 공식적으로는 disclosure, disclosing, disclose 이런 말을 많이 쓰는데
Yeah.
어떻게 개발했는지 다 공개해라. disclose it 이렇게 얘기를 했고요. 자, 그 다음에는 이제 목소리가 너무나 비슷하다. It's uncannily similar. Or you could just say it's uncanny.
Yeah, it's uncanny, uncannily. So something's eerily similar, mysteriously or strangely similar.
이 uncanny라는 것은 특히 뭔가 비슷할 때, 외모든 목소리든 무엇인가 굉장히 비슷할 때 많이 쓰는 표현이에요. 그래서 uncanny만 단독으로 써도 비슷하다의 느낌이 있는데 uncanny의 이 단어의 뜻 자체는 이상하리만큼
Yes.
이지만 그 뉘앙스는 비슷하다예요.
Yeah, something that's kind of impossible to explain.
그렇죠?
Yeah.
네. 그래서 예를 들자면은 뭐 그 배우들의 자녀들 보면 가끔 너무너무 부모랑 비슷하게 생긴 자녀들이 있어요. 그래서 you look at the son or the daughter and you say, you know what? The resemblance or it's just uncanny how much you look like your
Yeah.
father or your
Yeah.
mother.
Yeah.
그래서 uncanny가 정말 비슷할 때 많이 쓰는데 목소리입니다 여기서는. The AI chatbot sounds uncannily similar to Scarlett Johansson's voice. Here's the headline again. Actress Scarlett Johansson's legal team has demanded that OpenAI disclose how it developed an AI personal assistant voice that the actress says sounds uncannily similar to her own. And here's our final headline.
UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has apologized after a public inquiry's report revealed that around 30,000 people were infected with hepatitis and HIV from contaminated blood transfusions between the 1970s and 1990s.
1970년대에서 90년대 사이 영국에서 약 3만 명이 오염된 혈액을 수혈받아 인체 면역 결핍 바이러스 HIV와 C형 간염에 걸렸다는 조사 보고서가 나오자 리시 수낙 영국 총리가 공식 사과했습니다. Tell us more.
Yeah, so he has apologized, and it came just hours after the publication of a very long-awaited report that identified a catalog of failures over 2 decades by the government and medical officials in Britain. Most of them, they say, were avoidable errors that were then covered up.
Yes.
This report is 2,000 pages long and is the product of a nearly 6-year inquiry that the British government ordered back in 2017. After decades of pressure from victims and their families. So the Prime Minister has vowed that the government would pay comprehensive compensation to those infected and to their families. The British government back in 2022 had agreed to distribute to each victim an interim payment of £100,000, which is equivalent to about 127,000 US dollars. So this goes back to the 70s and 80s, when thousands of patients back then, they were exposed to the contaminated blood. Back then, some had required transfusions after accidents due to surgery or complications during childbirth.
자, 이게 굉장히 긴 시간 동안 많은 사람에게 혈액이 수혈이 됐는데 그게 오염이 됐었다는 것을
Yeah.
이제 좀 뒤늦게 알기는 했었지만 그거를
They just
알았을
covered it up.
때라도 예, 공개를 하고 사과를 하고 그다음에 여러 가지 조치를 취했으면 좋았는데 그걸 은닉했다는 겁니다. 이제 cover up이라는 게 덮어두다, 은닉하다 이런 뜻이 있습니다. 그래서 여러 가지가 지금 드러났고요. 이번 조사가 여러 해 동안 진행이 된 것이었죠? 6년 정도
Yeah,
동안.
since
네.
2017.
그렇습니다.
Yeah.
그래서 6년에 걸친 이 조사 결과가 이번에 나왔고요. 그로 인해서 이제 공식 사과를 리시 수낙이 현재 총리니까 정부를 대표해서 사과를 했습니다. But that can't really take back the 30,000 people who fell sick and also 3,000 people who died as well. Let's have a look at the first expression, public inquiry.
Right. A public inquiry is an official review of events or maybe actions that has been ordered by a government body. So in this case, the government has ordered this review. They came out with this 2,000-page report of the results.
네. 공개 조사라고 할 수 있을 것 같아요. 어떤 공식적인 조사, 그걸 public inquiry라고 합니다. And the blood transfusions were infected.
Right.
Or the people became infected with the contaminated infusions.
Yeah. So when you are infected with something, it means that you, well, in this case, the blood was contaminated with harmful, viruses like hepatitis or HIV. These viruses, harmful viruses.
그러네요. The people were infected. 사람들이 감염이 됐습니다. 왜냐면은 그 blood transfusion, 수혈받은 혈액이 contaminated, 오염이 됐었거든요. 그래서 be infected, 그러면 감염됐다. 감염이라는 명사는 infection이 되겠죠. 그래서 그동안 꽤 오래 기간 이렇게 은폐된 사실에 대해서 영국 총리가 사과했다는 내용의 헤드라인 다시 읽어보겠습니다. UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has apologized after a public inquiry's report revealed that around 30,000 people were infected with hepatitis and HIV from contaminated blood transfusions between the 1970s and 1990s.